Aloha guys, this is JRTV. See, I'm in a movie theater, just concluded a very enjoyable uh, the current war movie regarding different elements in play, different people in play. One in particular, Nikola Tesla, inventive person. Seems that everybody played a role in the production of electricity. All of them were involved in creating and different constructions. Different movies here, and in particular, the movie inspired me to realize that it's worth having a little competition, because that's what the whole electricity. It wasn't really about. It didn't seem that they were so motivated by money, but it seemed like they really wanted to, create a better world in electrical, and especially Nikola Tesla, who, didn't really financially benefit from his inventions, but he did invent them, and he has these ideas, and which have yet to be implemented. Part of it is a willingness for everybody who can, whether it's us citizens or people with more financial resources or electrical companies, to adopt a lower cost of electrical power, and so we'll see if that happens. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that, in addition to, I've been studying this magrev technology, where it's like a superconductor. It's a small box that has a series of coils that somehow amplify or supercharge the electricity in one's home, and you plug it into your outlets, and possibly 50% or more savings on currency. So I'll be sure to include a link, or you can search that as well. The kits cost about $200, between $200 and $500, and basically, I'm excited to say, like I suggested, that the idea of the excitement of competitive excitement. I want to apply that to this idea of world peace, improvement, and including all my elements in play from easyworldpeace.com, my different ideas on newer, healthier, more precise terms for relationships. The dream mate, somebody worth saving your energy and your soul and your passion and your body for, somebody worth giving your soul to, somebody worth living for, just the idea of them, just living for them as if they could see you in your daily actions, and letting that be a primary influential factor, because in our lives, when we're upset, we can do destructive acts, or when experiencing complications in life, but we won't be swayed so much when we have the appropriate goals, just like monetary money. What happens in life is based upon goals. If you have the right goals, you'll figure out how to better manage your health and your wealth and your future, and your dreams in correspondence with your dream mate, quote unquote. And those are my thoughts there. world peace is coming. It's inevitable because we have technology. It's just a question of properly displacing it and having the right conceptual elements in play, including but not limited to an idea of investing in future incarnations, considering that all bodies are ours, and that it's not, it's not like the individual idea of, oh, I want to have a family, I want to have children. Well, what if other people have superior genetics? What if we want to see these bodies as well? We want the future to look better, humans to be better, physically, mentally, and that requires us to look at it as our bodies and transcend this idea of this unsophisticated concept of this unsophisticated mindset of envy, where envy really is just a disapproval. Envy is disapproval of the misappropriation of health and wealth, of misuse of health and wealth, of a body and wealth. Remembering that we don't respect people that we seduce. We don't respect people that we try to seduce with our body or money. It's not love. Love is a process of meeting one's basic needs, desires, intimate desires, and wants, emotional wants. It's a process of doing all of that independently of anyone, because then you can truly voluntarily say, I like this person because I like who they are, not just because they can emotionally, physically, and stimulate me, inspire me, and help me to meet my basic needs. That's a conditional. That's like, and so in conclusion, we're going in the right direction. Little details need to be worked out in the world, such as, thinking about things like, can you spend some money on a nice dinner, or do you have to worry about the poor person on the street, or can there be an option where that is resolved, where we don't have to worry about that anymore, because there are buildings put in place, for example, just simple structures, warehouse style, where people can live in comfort. Maybe some televisions or different accommodations can be made, and low-cost food can be served. And speaking of low-cost food, that would obviously be an alternative to giving people so much choice in food stamps as to use their discretion to buy what they want. I don't think that's fair to the American taxpayer. And then there's these issues revolving around politics and all these complications of, do we have a rigged election system? All of that madness, it's resolved when you start electing people who can afford to be politicians, can afford to be uncorrupted leaders. And the reason they can be, at least in theory, less corruptible is because they're wealthy, and to the extent that they can afford to volunteer a 2-year, 4-year term. Somebody who can do that is more likely to exercise what they believe is right. I, for example, have some contention with the whole idea of the government heavily interfering with free enterprise and requiring minimum wages. It's just a complicated thing. I dare say I'm a fan of freedom, capitalism, not in this a healthy, constructive capitalism. Not obviously the government needs to regulate things like pollution and different things like that. But I just feel like them requiring companies to pay insurance, especially and what's the nonsense about benefits and Social Security? Like, can't people save their own money and It doesn't have to be safe. I mean, but maybe it's a system that works better than the alternative. Just like the idea of the democratic system. It may not be perfect, and there may be elements of corruption, but maybe it's worse. Maybe it's better than other you know the alternatives. So I must say I'm glad to share, and till next time. Aloha.